Pretty much. Call the meeting to order. Please stand for the pledge of allegiance and a moment of silence. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, let's get started. Okay, Mr. Perkins, can you please tell us what our mission statement is?
Excellence in education, preparation for life.
Thank you. All board members are in attendance. Do you have any public comments?
I do.
Hi.
Good evening, members of the board. My name is Hussein Roslan, and I'm speaking on behalf of the exchange students. A few months ago, after reaching out to the guidance counselors, we were informed that exchange students would not be able to join the graduation ceremony. And I want to emphasize that we are not asking to graduate or receive diplomas, and we are asking to only walk during the graduation ceremony. We understand that as exchange students, we are unable to earn an American high school diploma due to our visa. And we are simply asking to walk alongside the classmates we spent this year with. We don't even have to receive anything during graduation, just the opportunity and memory of it. For many of us, coming here was a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. We left behind our families, homes, and countries to experience the American high school life. Throughout this year, we joined classrooms, participated in activities, and built friendships. Some of us has even volunteered for hours, deepening our connections with the community. That is why this decision has been difficult for us to understand. Graduation is one of the most, if not the biggest part of our exchange year. So when we, exchange students, were told that we may be part of the school year, but not part of this final moment, it feels as though our presence was underappreciated and not fully included. In fact, there's a Malay word from my country, Malaysia, muhibbah, that means to have goodwill, tolerance, and peaceful coexistence among different ethnic groups. It embodies mutual respect and a shared sense of community, allowing diverse people to celebrate each other's cultures and support one another. I also understand that exchange students will receive an American and Indiana flag. As youth ambassadors of our countries, many of us hope to return home and share the happiest parts of our exchange experience with the others. Not every exchange student gets to have a positive and welcoming year, but being able to walk at graduation will give us an immense feeling of acceptance from the community. At the end of the day, we are not asking for academic recognition we did not earn. We are simply asking the opportunity to stand beside our classmates one last time and take part in a moment that we will never be able to forget. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Appreciate your comments, but we're still working on it, okay? Just let's leave it with that. We're still working on it.
Okay, any other comments? Okay, moving on to consent items. We have approval of April 20, 2026 minutes, approval of April 24th, 2026, and May 8, 2026 payroll, approval of May 2026 claims. Anybody have any questions about those? Nope. Okay, Mr. Reed, the personnel, please.
All right. Got quite a few tonight. So new hires. Andrea Fries is a high school special education teacher for next school year. Please scratch off the next one. They will not be. Brett Hayes will be joining us as our Assistant Director of Technology. Steve West as a part-time maintenance. Brody Rice, middle school football assistant coach, as a volunteer. A few reassignments. Amy Moore will be going from 7th grade reading to 7th grade math. Trisha Bird, 7th grade math to computer science and math. Stephanie Gorman, 4th grade teacher to 5th grade math teacher. McKaylee Senecal, 1st grade teacher to 4th grade teacher. Laura Allen, elementary PE to middle school PE. Bailey Schaefer, 3rd grade teacher. That's actually a change too, right, Brian? She's going to stay in 3rd grade. Yep. Scratch that. Natasha Watson, elementary part-time paraprofessional to a full-time para. Tyler Crispin from JV baseball assistant coach to JV baseball head coach. Jacob Moffler, JV baseball assistant coach as a volunteer to the JV baseball assistant coach paid position. Resignations, we have Michelle Dieter, elementary school temporary paraprofessional. Grace Newell, second grade teacher, effective at the end of the school year. Alexis McLatcher, high school paraprofessional. Emma Lutz, second grade teacher, end of the school year. Katie Papey, middle school art teacher, end of the school year. Olivia Rumsey, part-time elementary para. Cy Musey, JV head baseball coach. Jeff Patrick, freshman boys basketball coach. Dave Snyder, 8th grade girls basketball coach. Amy Moore, middle school cheerleading coach. And Peyton Yoder, middle school cheerleading coach as a volunteer. Retirements, we do have one, Carla Gappinger, elementary para. She'll be retiring at the end of the year. And I do have the middle school, summer school staff. Peyton Yoder will be doing 5th and 6th grade math. Allison Hall, 5th and 6th grade ELA. Amy Moore, 7th and 8th grade math. Avery Reese, 7th and 8th grade ELA. And Jolene Reckers will be our paraprofessional, along with Melissa Whiteley.
Okay. Any questions about those? Can I have a motion, please?
Motion.
Jolene,
Second.
and a second. Ready to vote? 5-0. Okay. Moving on to action items.
Okay, recommendation to approve the school fundraisers for the 26-27 school year. All of you have a copy of those in your packets. I don't know if we have building principals, if you want to highlight anything that's different or the same, or.
So in the elementary, ours is the same PTO, well, the same as this previous year. So the PTO is gonna kind of run their own fundraiser. They call it Panther Hack Day last year. It's very similar to what we did in the past. So they use Raise Craze, which is a platform to collect money. And then it's more of a donation type thing. And we do a big part of it again.
Any questions on the elementary field trips? No.
Fundraisers, it's our off year, so we don't have a big one. I think we'll probably try to do the chili and cinnamon roll supper, some point there, not a real big fundraiser, but just, something in there, probably in the fall. Other than that, most of the rest of them are, pretty status quo from this past year.
Our changes are in yellow, pretty much mostly the same. Junior class, they want to do some cage spirit wear, but that's all encompassed through Taylor Howe, who's gonna kind of take over the creation of it. So she's also our junior class sponsor. And then NHS wanted to do a class delay, change counting. They went to Jostin's Renaissance program, and all the students, they came with different ideas. They liked the idea of one day you delay class, you bring in a bunch of money, change, and the teacher has to count it until they can start class. So you kind of delay the class, and if you bring in more money, then you don't have as much class. So that was good.
I'm not the teacher.
Bring a bunch of pennies. Count them all.
Any questions on fundraisers then?
Motion, please.
Move to approve.
Jocelyn. Second, can we have a second?
Second.
Okay, ready to vote, please? Passes 5-0.
Okay, the next one, recommendation to approve all of our school field trips for the 26-27 school year.
So most of ours are the same, pretty consistent. So kindergarten is going to go to a farm and a zoo, cover science standards, things like that. First grade is going to go to Kids and Stuff in Albion again, and then they're also planning to go to the Potawatomi Zoo. Second grade is Botanical Gardens and Science Central, which they actually just did. It was really successful. And then they did this one new this year. It was the Indiana Dinosaur Museum and Chocolate Factory, which the title alone is pretty enticing for kids. And then third grade is doing the Maplewood Nature Center, which they've done for a few years now. They learn about maple syrup. And then fourth grade does the annual circus trip, and then Summer Village. So a lot of these trips have to do with science and social studies standards.
Andy?
Not a lot of changes on the front page. One addition from this past year, next year from this past year that is new is that there's a new club, and it's the same club that the high school has, Bring Change to Mind. Kind of a leadership club, just, trying to spread goodwill in the school. But anyway, they have a summit down in Indy that they would like to attend. I mean, it won't be a huge group of kids, but that would be new, something we haven't done in the past. If you flip it to the next page, The 5th grade will plan to take to Shrine Circus because they missed out on the fun this year. So, we'll get them there so that they have the opportunity to experience that, because some kids don't have the chance to do that. And they had a delay day or ice day, whatever it was in January on that. So hopefully they can attend next year. And then the last one, we had 8th grade attend the Field of Dreams Career Expo. We're gonna have the 7th grade go because the 8th grade goes to Jobs Park. We're gonna have the 7th grade go with our graduation standards in 7th grade doing a grad plan. We think it's important for kids to get exposed to area businesses and those types of things. So we're gonna have the 7th grade go to the MEC in March on that field trip. Other than that, most of the field trips are a lot the same.
Our only new field trips, SAD, we have a new SAD sponsor, and she wants to do more leadership training. So she wants to take them to a leadership training that's, I think, one in the fall, one in the spring, and then also taking the students to RPA and the rest of the community. So those are the two differences.
Any questions on field trips?
Have a motion, please.
Second.
Mayor, second. You to vote. Passes 5-0.
Next one, the recommendation to approve school handbook changes for the 26-27 school year. All of you should have received copies of those in your packets. I don't think there's real major changes. Probably the biggest one that people could be interested in is the cell phone policy. So we'll just go through that again real quick and talk about what you're planning on doing in each building. So, Brian?
So in elementary, it's devices and backpacks, power off. So during the school, they will be in backpacks.
We're gonna do the same thing we've done in the past, and that's lockers. We did highlight smartwatches because that's not really been something that's been kind of highlighted, so we didn't highlight that. Cellular phones, we've been often in our locker for years, and then I did add the language of this is in effect from the first bell to the last bell, because that matched the state law.
We kind of matched what they did in the past. We just said off and out of sight, but cell phones are going to go in lockers. The only difference when I handed you guys this is we wanted language about earbuds and stuff, so we added in accessories / peripherals. I think the major thing with ours would be the different offenses and what will occur. We did some researches, quite a bit of research. One of the things, and we'll see how this goes, but like once they get to their second offense, we have, besides, taking the cell phone for the next 10 school days, the student will check their device in with office staff upon arrival at school. So that's kind of a way to deter it. And then third offense, then they have the next 20 days, they must check it in at the office. So we kind of added some of that, plus there's some detention hours, but we're gonna see how the turn it in every morning if they do get caught with the phone, see how that works.
Questions on that or any other handbook changes that you saw there?
Ever since COVID, we had a lot of the habit of using their lockers. Is that correct?
Yes, we're still gonna allow them to carry their backpacks, but their cell phone must be in the locker. So if they're, sitting at their desk and they pull a phone out of their backpack, it was supposed to be in your locker, so we don't have to play that game. But I did talk with departments again and others, and the whole carrying their backpacks, it's, what did you say, Damon, the tardies have cut down. It's been nice. The kids go from point A to point B within 1 or 2 minutes, and it's worked
It's
well for us.
less friction as well.
Yes.
We're not as close for 5 minutes of a passing period, so that seems to help cut down on some of the nonsense as well.
I wish you well.
I think the bigger challenge could be communicating it to the parents,
Yes.
making sure the parents know, because those are the ones that are probably the most.
There will be a link on our registration that you have to click on that. Now, are they going to read it? Who knows? But you have to click on it and then say, yes, I received that. But
Okay, good.
The parents swear it seems to work well too. We'll put it on that.
Yeah, I think
We'll
communicating
communicate
it
it.
well in advance is gonna be.
Yeah, you're good. Yeah, you're right.
Communication's key.
Agree, definitely agree on that.
Okay, a motion, please.
Motion.
Second.
Bob, second. Vote. Passes 5-0.
Okay, next one, I have a recommendation to approve the student lunch prices for the 26-27 school year. The high school will increase 15 cents up to $3. Middle school will increase 10 cents up to $2.85, and the elementary school will increase 10 cents as well, up to $2.75. Breakfast will remain free for all students. And talking to Anitra, our food service director, the USDA equity guidelines advises lunch prices be at $4.16 each. But since we have pretty good balances, we can afford to keep our prices lower than that. But we should increase a little bit just so that gap is not as wide. So,
A motion.
Second, or so moved.
Aaron, Justin, second. Take to vote. Passes 5-0.
okay, the next one, first reading of ISBA policies in your packet. I listed all those policies for you. I'm going to cover the 4 new ones that we're going to have. The rest are just small revisions, or I'm still converting Neola policies over to an ISBA policy. Okay. But the first one, 4307, this is a required policy, so it's a law, and that is the cell phone policy. So that will be our policy related to that. So that's 4307. Policy 6120, it's a new policy for material loss, shortage, or theft. Basically what it says, amounts that are greater than $500, any loss greater than $500 will be reported to the State Board of Accounts. So this is not required by law, but it's an essential policy, and that's recommended by the State Board of Accounts. Policy 6250, also a new policy for us, for prepayment of invoices and claims if the due date is before a board meeting. So if we are on a crunch and an invoice needs paid before the board meeting, that authorizes Christine to go ahead and pay that. Okay. And then the final one, policy 7030, it's a policy on fixed assets. We've already been doing this. Basically, any assets, fixed assets we have over $5,000, we have to have inventory of. So Christine works for the company. They come in and do that for us. So we've been doing it. We just didn't have a policy for it. So those are the 4 new policies. Any questions on those 4? Any questions on the other ones? Again, since the first reading, so Jamie, when you go back home tonight and read through all these, you can ask me your question then. So we'll approve those next month. Yeah, if you have any questions on those in the meantime, let me know.
Second. Justin, second. Take a vote. Passes 5-0.
Okay, next one. Talking a lot about money tonight. Recommendation to approve athletic and admission prices for the 26-27 year. In your packets, you have a memo from Brent Byler, our athletic director, talking about that increase and why that would be needed. He's suggesting the prices for the middle school events go from $4 to $5 and high school from $5 to $6. And obviously that's, the cost of everything is going up. Officials cost more, maintenance costs more, equipment costs more. So we've done a pretty good job of trying to keep those as low as we can for as long as we have. And I still think we're below probably most schools, but obviously that's going to affect the family passes too as well, or a single pass. Those prices will go up. So he had all those listed there for you. Do you have any questions on that?
No questions here. Okay.
The only question I'd have when they talk family passes and parents that are involved, that it's their students, do they get some sort of discount for, they're the one who puts all the effort getting kids to practice, doing, that stuff being done. Do they get a break and all that?
I'm not sure I'm following who you're asking about.
Well, the parents of athletes.
So the parents of the students?
Yeah.
I don't know that, and I don't think so.
Okay.
But I can verify that for
Yeah,
you.
okay.
Do you know?
Like you're talking about like an athlete's parents.
Yeah.
They would pay their regular.
Regular, really,
Yeah,
okay,
that's-
okay.
Unless they have a pass of some kind.
Yeah.
I think most of them purchase the family pass.
Yeah, a lot of them do.
I know they do.
And that'll save them in the end, yeah.
Okay.
Otherwise, if not, it'd be regular.
For a family pass, which will go from 200 to 250, you attend 8 events, it's already paid for.
Yeah.
Right.
So that's a pretty good deal, honestly.
Okay, we have the motion to approve the athletic admission prices for 2026-2027 school year.
I'm not sure.
A second?
Second.
Take You can vote. 5-0 passes.
Okay, our last one for the evening, recommendation to approve the use of asynchronous learning for the 26-27 school year. So we jumped into that for the first time ever this year, mainly because we did not want to get pushed into the summer with our projects starting. Overall, we've had feedback. I think we talked about it last board meeting. We talked about it with our discussions group. Seemed to go pretty well. So I think I'd like to recommend that we use those 3 asynchronous days only after the use of 5 makeup days first. So typically we build in 5 days. Most of them are at the end of the school year. But we definitely believe in being in person, and that's where the best learning happens. So we'll still make up the first 5. And then after that, we can use those 3 asynchronous days. And just also FYI, the state granted us 2 waivers this year for the snow days. They will not do that anymore unless you use 3 asynchronous days. So you have to use those first before any more waivers will be granted. So again, I'd like to recommend that we'll go ahead and use those if needed, but we'll make up 5 days first before using those 3 days.
We have a second?
Second.
Aaron, second. Take it to a vote. Passes 5-0.
Okay, Brian, what's happening at the elementary?
So since we last met, we completed iLearn. The unfortunate thing with iLearn is it's a brand new test, so we won't get our scores like we normally do. It's gonna take a little bit longer. I think the projection was like midsummer. Andy, you might.
September.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, it's September now.
Really?
Yeah, so that's a little bit of a disadvantage, but we also completed iRead. For our 3rd graders, this is preliminary, they can still take it again, but we're on track to, I believe, have the highest pass rate that we've had. So really proud of our staff and our students this year. It's looking really, really good.
What percentage is that, Brian, do you know?
So if I include students that attend programs outside of our building, not knowing what their pass is, we would be at roughly 92.8%. Removing those students would be about 94.5%. We currently only have 6 students in the building that haven't passed the test, which is
Awesome.
oh yeah, it's real good.
Yep,
So
good.
we also had our 2-4 music concert. If you were there, it was one to remember. But I will say that our staff pulled together, and it was really great to see Tyler jump out from the audience. If you don't know what I'm talking about, kid got sick on stage. So
Profusely.
So being in the high school, a little out of our element for elementary, but we had people up there, and he was out there helping. So I mean, it was really great just to see all the staff and community come together and support our kiddos, and they kept the show going. So that was good too. And then we also had a kindergarten and senior pass-off ceremony. There's a video on our Facebook now if you haven't seen it. This is now becoming the annual tradition, perhaps. This is the 2nd year we've done it. It was pretty neat to see. And then some things that are coming up before the end of the school year. We have our field day and family picnic coming up on Wednesday. We have a variety of award ceremonies, both academic and behavioral. We have a kindergarten concert. And then we also have summer school coming up right after that. So getting close to the end and just doing some of those final things.
I did send that video to all of you through your email. You may have to request access, and that will go back to the teacher who made it, and then they'll approve it for you. But I did send that to you. Turned out pretty neat. So. Andy.
I learned testing, Brian kind of alluded to that. We won't get math, ELA, or social studies data back till September. The science data we got back has been good. Quite a bit above state average. That's 6th grade level. So kids did a good job on that. I think overall, staff did a good job of stepping in and helping out and getting things taken care of. So real proud of staff and their efforts on that. Field trips, had some recent field trips. Good reports on the kids' behavior. The vast majority of those field trips. So real proud of that. Past couple of weeks we've had some field trips. One was the 7th graders going to Camp Chief Little Turtle for some outdoor activities. 5th grade had their swim week. at the Kendallville Y, and in 8th grade, went down to Finance Park. So good information and good stuff, for that, and good end of the year things there. Recently, Student Council, Shannon Staten and Becky Travis teamed up to do a staff appreciation lunch last week for the potato and salad bar. Staff really felt appreciated, and it was very, very yummy. So good stuff on that. Coming up, we have Cedar Point trip end of the week. We've got field day on the 27th. We kind of split it on that day. We have the younger kids in the morning, the older kids in the afternoon. We got our last day awards will be on the 28th, and we're going to do a little bit of PD last day of the year with the high school staff, do a little vertical alignment with some of the teachers on that. We're going to make use of that June 1st day. So that's what's going on at the middle school.
Well, since we last met, we had our prom. I'd like to thank all the students and staff that helped run that. It was an awesome experience. The kids were into it. The other fun part was the company that took the photos again this year was the same company from last year. And as we're kind of tearing down at the end, he came up and said, the kids are really respectful. And he said, but man, they keep us busy. And so, it was that little circle photo booth and everything. It's just boom, boom, boom. And they were going all night. But looked like the prom was well attended and the kids behaved outstanding. And it was kind of interesting. Actually, you need to thank Kenny and Galen and Tad Frederick. They were the 3 officers there out the door recognizing students. And it was just interesting to hear some of the students from the other schools like, oh, we didn't have to do this. And so it's just, it was nice to see it. And some thought it was actually cool, which was nice to hear as well. They're like, well, that's the way to make sure everybody's safe. So it was just a good night overall. The after prom had a good showing at Angola Bowl. I think we had about 60 kids there. So it was just a good evening.
Testing, we did do a government iLearn, which is new. They've had it for years. The state has offered it, but no school has ever taken advantage of it. And when they passed this last legislation in January, it's now part of the accountability. You can get bonus points if seniors score a certain. So we did pilot it. We bribed them all. If you try your best, we'll give you a candy bar. So they actually did do a good job. I don't know what the results are going to be, but so we did have an iLearn test since they're always mentioning the iLearn. So we did the government iLearn. Final exam is next Tuesday and Wednesday, and then kind of graduation on Friday. So wrap it up.
That's all we have.
Okay. Meeting is adjourned at 5:27.
Make sure you guys got it, your sheets for Kathy.
Got it.
You just leave one, you guys.
Yeah, you guys.